Hey guys, it's BearInABackpack, and today we're going to be reviewing The Final Station, developed by Do My Best Games and published by tinyBuild Games. The Final Station is a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure sci-fi game with survival elements, released on August 30th, 2016. You play as the conductor of the Bellis 07 cargo train, delivering important cargo across the land as part of an effort to combat the infected, shadowy silhouette-like creatures that are the result of a near-cataclysmic first visitation over a century ago. Diving right into the gameplay, it revolves around moving from town to town to deliver these pieces and pick up and deliver passengers and survivors along the way. From station to station, you will be required to leave your train to go out into the world and search for a blocker code that will allow you to undo the locking mechanism that keeps your train in the station. Whilst doing so, you can scavenge for supplies and search for other passengers or survivors to add to your crew to get better rewards when you make it to the next city. At these stops, you will go room to room, building to building to find the code. Along your way, you will also encounter various infected and must fight or run away from them in order to get to safety. These enemies vary in all shapes, sizes, and speeds and do a ton of damage to you. Only being able to see the rooms you have already entered or have opened the doors to does add a sense of dread because you never know what's going to be on the other side. Will it be supplies? Will it be enemies? Will it be helpful or harmful? You don't know, so it's always an adventure whenever you open the door. Now, you're not defenseless when fighting these creatures. You do have guns and the ability to punch out the enemies if you need to. In general, guns are extremely powerful, but you'll find that ammo is extremely scarce. So it's better used in emergencies, and you're better off relying on melee to do the majority of the damage. Assuming you make it back in one piece, you can board the train and take care of passengers you have accrued to this point. You'll also have to perform maintenance on your old, rusting out, dying train to keep it up and running from stop to stop. During this time of safety aboard the train, you can also craft items like ammo and medkits to help you the next time you need to make a stop, or to perhaps take care of your passengers who may be injured. The main problems I found with the game is that when you're playing through the on-foot section, you'll find that it gets pretty repetitive pretty quickly. Though this is tolerable, where the real problem comes in at is the micromanagement that you have to do when you're aboard the train. Theoretically, this should be a safe place where you get to learn plot from your passengers, as they will be constantly talking to one another and you to help move the story forward and give you a little bit of background. However, with the train constantly breaking down and passengers sometimes bleeding out continuously and requiring food, medicine, and repairs to the train, you are constantly on the move, running throughout the train trying to fix everything to keep things from breaking down or passengers from dying. Because of this, you never get a chance to fully invest yourself in the stories and really learn anything. All in all, these survival elements that were added to the game feel like unnecessary busy work when compared to the feel of the rest of the game. And the story itself suffers from confusion and ambiguity and feels a little bit cliche at the end. Graphics-wise, it uses a pixel art style that focuses on creating a highly detailed apocalyptic sci-fi setting, complete with desolate cityscapes, towering robots, and barren fields. The sprawling vistas that make up the backgrounds are truly works of art, blending pixelated minimalism with detailed lighting effects, fully utilizing parallax as the train drifts by lazily in the distance. The monsters themselves are shown only as dark, shadowy figures, never really giving you a good look at them or what they are, which aids in the tension and unease when facing them. As for the sounds and music of the game is of course about a desperate struggle to survive, and the music goes to great lengths to emphasize this, setting forward a generally grim and somber ambiance as background for the game. When firing the guns in the game, you'll find that they have an appropriate and satisfyingly heavy report, and this really does a good job of providing a weight to each trigger pull. At this point, I'd like to get into the ratings for The Final Station. For gameplay, 6 out of 10. For story, 5 out of 10. For graphics, 8 out of 10. For sound, 6 out of 10. And for content for cost, 5 out of 10. Giving this an overall rating of 6 out of 10. Overall, The Final Station really suffered from repetitive gameplay, tedious micromanagement, and really the ending could have been better. It felt like a cop-out by the end of it. Now, that being said, for all the other wonderful parts of this game, I would recommend picking it up. The rest of the game was absolutely wonderful. The controls were very, very tight. Once again, the landscape was beautiful, and what they had for a baseline for the story could have been extremely good if implemented slightly differently. If you would like to pick up The Final Station and check it out for yourself and see if you can figure out what's going on in the story, you can get it on Steam. Well guys, that's it for this review. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like or comment down below. And if you really enjoy what I'm doing, please consider subscribing. Alright guys, see you next time.